Hello everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope the audio is fine. Got a lot of craziness to go through today, so it's going to be interesting seeing how this goes down on camera, because I've never done this before on camera. And by that I mean finishing off a crossbone kit with its cloak and making it look really nice. But before that, we'll get into explaining everything and what's going on in the previous parts. So, just see if anybody comes in here first, and then we'll go from there with the audio. I actually think that the audio is probably fine, hopefully. So, the idea is that I wanted to make a X2 variant of the crossbone here. Now, what I did was, this was ages ago, I made my own crossbone X1 when it was first out, and made the cape for it and everything else. So, yeah, I thought when I wanted to go back and do some other Gunpla, I wanted to do the X2. And I've been working on that for a couple of parts now. I actually modified this X1 a little bit. When I was originally doing it, I made it look a little bit like the metal build. And then recently I changed its eyes around to match the X1. Now the X2, sorry. The X2 has had a lot of modifications. Frontier says, you're making that and I'm making the Master Grade Ground Gym right now. Ooh, nice. Frontier, just wondering, is the audio alright? Before we go into this any further. Hopefully everything will be fine, and then we'll slowly get things done here and hopefully get this done. What I'm going to do is, while we're waiting for any sort of response, I'm going to go ahead and open the cross silhouette frame here. I had to order a grey one because I thought that would work, so let's see. Okay, we're good. Hopefully everything's fine on the viewer's end. Audio is fine. Also, the gym ground I'm doing is the old red logo. This kit's 20 years old. I might have to try some of the old master grades. Let's get this stuff sorted here, and then we'll go ahead and detail the actual changes that I made from the X1 to the X2, because this is by far the kit that I've spent the most of time modifying. So over the last two parts, we painted stuff, we cut stuff out and got it ready, we glued stuff, which was a bit crazy because you saw me freaking out about potentially ruining the V-fin, which, as everybody knows, if you're doing a Gundam kit, if you break the V-fin, there's no coming back from that. So, yeah, the second video, I did a lot of painting with the new respirator that I had. The problem with it was that I left the parts drying right next to me, so I ended up inhaling a bunch of paint fumes, which was not good, so in future I'm going to have to avoid that. But yeah, part 2 was a bit of a mess because of that. Here we go, we're just getting the cross silhouette frame cut out here, and then I can just put everything together and it'll be nice. I can't wait to see what this looks like, because I've spent so much time on this, modifying it and painting it. I even got help from my dad at one point for the spraying of the shot lancer, because I messed that up. But yeah, we're going to recover. The only thing that I'm not going to use from here is the feet, because I've used the white feet from the X1s in a frame. And because the parts, when I fitted them, because the parts are painted with such a thick paint, the white feet just ain't coming out the bottom of the foot parts. But it does not matter, because you're not really going to see them. They're going to be covered. So, it's not too bad. Yeah, I absolutely love the crossbone kit. It was, I think, the second or third cross silhouette kit to come out. It doesn't obviously have as good a part separation as the RX-78, which, because of it being the Granddaddy Gundam, it's going to get the most love and attention. But even so, I do like the effort that they put into it. Most of this in the frame is not going to be seen, so I don't have to worry too much here. About how I'm cutting this out. Frontier says it comes with a pilot for you to put in, and you can open up the cockpit and see him. And also the instructions have a unique design to them. Oh, but speaking of instructions, the ones for this are absolutely ancient. I need to remember how to assemble this as well, because I think there is one head peg for it being smaller and then another one for it being larger. So hopefully I can get this right here. I think I'm staring at the part that I need right now. The Master Grade can equip the Easy 8 backpack and the Weapons Rack backpack. Oh yeah, the High Grade does something quite similar. You can trade out backpacks with the Easy 8. Oh. Okay, so that I think is going to be the right size. Let's just try and test fit this with the head at the moment. Okay, it's not the right size. So that goes there. So the one that I need is this peg here. I'm trying to get this done as quickly as possible. I don't know why they've got an extended headpiece there with the cross silhouette. It's possibly something that fits a high grade head, maybe? I don't know why you would have that. Maybe it fits the gym head now. I've got so many of these inner frames for cross silhouette kits that I have so many gym heads. It's crazy. They don't even give you stickers with them, so it's a bit of a waste. Not too much of a waste though. So we'll be getting a bit creative here in a little bit. Just making sure all of this is cut out. I just noticed I've seen parts of the beam Zamba here that I've cut out and then left on the desk. I tried to clean up the desk the other day so it would be good enough for the stream. But yeah, clearly I didn't do it well enough because there's still just bits lying around here. Where is it? So this is the, I think, bit of the end of the beam Zamba or the Buster gun. It's just totally left out because I snipped it, and I'll show you why in a little bit, because it was required to get this thing looking good. Let's just check here. Oh, there we go. Hopefully I can push fit this together. If I can push fit it all together, I'll be really happy with it, but it's possible that I might have problems. Hello everyone that's turning up, hope you're alright. Just doing the Crossbone X2 here. We're about, what, 8 minutes into the video? Jeez. So, the idea is to put the peg in the back there. Now, I think I might have done that wrong. Hang on. No, that goes that way. So we can move the head down. I'm trying to remember which way the cross silhouette frame goes when it's like that. I think it's the other way. It's this way around. The thing is, I could just use the manual, but who wants to bother using that? You know, we'll mess around. I've made so many of these, you'd think I'd be able to do it from memory, but it has been a while since I've pieced one of these together properly, so that's probably what's doing it. So then we've got the shoulders here. I'm trying to remember how the shoulders even go in. So that's the back plate. This is the torso. It goes that way, so it's going to be... There's the poly cap, so it's going to go in that way. Trying to work out how this sits is a bit of a pain in the butt, but we'll get it. I think there is another part that I need to go in there beforehand. These are the legs. Here's the part where I end up trying to find the Cross Silhouettes manual. I think I might have already thrown it away. Then I have to go and have a look for another one. That's the thigh. And this is the arm, or the shoulder here. That's pretty quick. I can leave those pretty much how they are at the moment. That's the upper thigh, that's good. Ah! That mower, I'm trying to do this quick and I'm dropping parts. The upper thigh on one of the other sides bounced away for a moment there. Okay. The good thing is the nubs on the cross silhouette parts are not that bad. Especially because I snipped them really close. So, we got the thighs here, or the pelvis. These two parts, keep those together. Aha, the tops of the legs here. So these go on here like this. And then we have the top of the thigh that goes in like that. Now those look like a mess at the moment, but I probably can sand them down later on. I'm gonna have to see how much they actually stick out. Ooh, I should really slow down here, because like, no joke, I don't know why I'm trying to do this fast. Maybe it's just because I want to see what the final outcome is, but I'm starting to go and shaking like crazy because I'm doing this and that excited. I want to see this come out decently. There's so many nubs around here at the moment, I may actually have to sand that, because I don't want it looking trash after going so much with it now. Let's just check. Yeah, I'm going to have to sand those down just a little bit. Let's get one of the new files out here. Right. See if we can just file this off a little bit. Update on my GBO2 status. I'm not allowed to play for another 10 hours until I can do rank to fix it, says Frontier. Oh god, yeah, because of the other night. That was a farce, to say the least, you know, from GBO2. Trying to get these freaking nubs is annoying, so we'll do it this way. Come on now. On a white inner frame, it's a little bit easier. I'm knocking into everything here. But on this, not that easy. I might just have to take that L, which is going to be unfortunate. I'll try and camouflage these as much as possible. I might even have to go over them with grey Gundam marker. That might actually be a little bit of a cheat, but it might work. Okay, that's worked. Sanding them down for a little bit. We're on what? 14 minutes now? My idea was to try and get this done. Not as quickly as possible, but relatively speedy. This knob is still not going anywhere, which is annoying. Let's see if I can get the back. I feel like it might be the file instead of me. Let's try using a different file. I've got so many in here, it's just like, it's a case of which one will fix the surface faster. Let's try one of the other ones. Okay. Use one of my sanding blocks instead, see if that works. Speed equals clumsy, says John. Not necessarily. Not necessarily. There we go. That's working. That's speedy and covers it up a little bit more. Let's do that on that side. It's because the files that I have are absolutely terrible right now. I think it's because I've used them so much. I'm going to have to order some new ones. Why are you trying to finish this fast anyway? I'm excited, dude. I'm just really excited to see the finished product. I'm trying to do this, but then I've also got to mess around with the cloak, which is going to be the part where I slow down a little bit. I'm just really excited for this because it's the first time I've heavily modified a kit or anything. Okay, so that's better being on that side where you hardly see the nubs. Right. Okay, so this bit needs to be filed down just a tiny bit. Hey Adrian! Me come here for GBO2 gameplay. I mean, we do GBO2 a little bit here and there. I'm just trying to get back into things. There we go, that nub from the thigh is gone now. So it's just the upper leg that I need to do here. I love the way that that's made it stand out rather than get rid of it here a little bit. There we go, that's a little bit better. I'll take that. Okay. That looks a lot better than before. So the question is, how the hell do I put the arms together? Right, we got the main section here for the top of the arm. That's not looking too bad. Let's just file these down a little bit. Frontier says, if you ever do try getting an older Master Grade kit Moody V1, there's a chance that they come with some small screws. Oh, I've seen them. I've seen, specifically when I've looked at stuff before, I've looked at like Robert's videos. Because, I mean, who hasn't? I mentioned this ages ago that Robert's like really damn popular. You know, I feel like a lot of people like trying to capture the same popularity his channel had, but Robert showed off a lot of old Master Grades, and of course, you know, if you're familiar with his channel, then you're familiar with the fact that practically all the Master Grades that he looked at, or almost all of them, had screws and things in the elbows, shoulders, knees, you know, especially the God Gundam and the Master Gundam, and I do remember them being in, I think, the Ground Gundam as well, so yeah, good old Robert's channel. I was checking it out the other day for ideas on potentially doing an SDX3, but the problem with the X3 is it would require a little bit more effort than this X2. Although, saying that, I'm not entirely sure. I'm kind of debating as to whether it would or wouldn't. Right, so, with most of this inner frame going to be covered up, it means we can get away with certain things on the inner frame here that you're just not going to see. So there's the arm done. There's another arm done when I can figure out how to do it. There we go. Right, so there's two arms. Hey X-Ram, how's the Gundam? Oh, you'll see in a little bit. I'll have the cape and everything done, so I'll have it looking like my X1 here. The Shot Lancer is still drying from a gloss coat. But yeah, I'll go over what I actually did in a little bit when we piece this together, because there was a lot of work done on this. So let's see. These two parts are the wrong way around, I think. If I turn that the right way around, then yeah, I need to sand it just a little bit more. You made the cape yourself? Yeah, I made the cape. I'll be showing you how to do that on stream, but it's going to require a little bit of fire. So, I got some matches next to me and some water. First time I'm going to be using fire on stream, but it does give a really good effect. So for anyone that wants to watch me potentially play with fire on stream, then stick around, you know. Okay, so trying to remember which way the inner frame for the leg goes. I'm not entirely sure. Let's see if I can find that manual that I was teasing before and said that I didn't need. Okay, so I don't actually have the manual for the cross silhouette's inner frame, so instead I'm just going to use the original one here and have a look. So I see it faces back to front. So with the legs, that means that it goes this way. Building up the inner frame is a bit of a chore here at the moment, but not looking too bad. Now I've just got to do the arms, and then we slap all the armor on, and hopefully it turns out good. And then we make the cape and equip the shock lancer, and then we get to marvel at it in all its glory, hopefully. That's my idea anyway. Okay, so those are the arms. So now I just need shoulders to go together. I can't remember quite how they go in here. I think it might be there we go. I remember now. Let's put the shoulder joints in and rest them on the pegs. Oh, come on now. And then you push that together, and then it allows them to rotate and move in and out. So we got the inner frame done. We got that nice little bit of extra mobility here. Victor Prime says, am I too late? No, no. So the only thing I haven't done on the X2 is do the Crossbone Vanguard sticker on the front. I may do that at some point in future, but for this build I'm going to have it without the Crossbone Vanguard sticker. So first what we're going to do is now that we've built up the frame, I'm going to go over what was edited from both kits. Obviously, for starters, you know, the paint job for anybody that wants to do this, my advice is to take it easy and use the original stickers from the X1 as masking tape for where you want to mask off, because for stuff like the pelvis and the head, all I did was just use the original stickers, and it worked. It worked really well. The only other stuff we did, we messed around with the V-fin here. I'm trying to get the look right. So we messed around with the V-fin. What we did was we took the original Crossbone GF-SD, which is really old. We cut the V-fin off the cross silhouette and we stuck the other old SD V-fin on here. It's not perfect, but it's as good as I can get it. And also I used the original stickers for the eyes, and we painted underneath the face mask gold and did a load of other stuff on the head. That was the main focus. Then after that we masked up a lot of other stuff, and then the only real large modification was the original shot lancer. I didn't want to do the kit without the shot lancer, but when I originally painted it, a lot of the artwork, especially the original, has the lance bit here being purple, but then later artwork has it being metal, and I couldn't decide, you know, on what to do with it. I thought, go on, I'll respray it. So when I was going about doing that, I actually ended up extending the rod at the back, because that's only a couple of millimeters. So I cut that off. I got rid of all of the paint on this with a knife because the paint was that thick, and then resprayed it with an airbrush, and it looks really good right now. A little bit rough up close, but I'm so much happier with it. And also the handle was a circular peg for a hand that has a square hole in it, you know, to fit in, so it was going to wiggle around a lot. So instead what I did was I took the Beam Zamba, or the Zambuster's handle, cut this one off, and then glued that one on. So there's a lot of messing around to get the original shot lancer to work, but now it's in scale with the the Buster gun that it normally wields, so it doesn't look too out of place. So yeah, this is by far the most editing I've ever done to a Gundam kit, outside of just spray little bits and add decals. So yeah, it's been a bit troublesome and a little bit finicky to do, but now let's go ahead and equip this. So the armor pieces, because of how the armor is, I'm not going to be equipping one of the brand markers to the back of an arm because I can't move it around. The paint job is that thick. So once this goes on, it ain't coming off. I'm trying to remember, that's the wrong arm. It's this one. The one with the brand marker should be the one that the other part goes on. And then we've got that's the other shoulder. I was going to say got the correct shoulder here, but it's this one. There were little cheats that I did here and there as well, like using some markers. They were... I'm trying to remember. Let's have a look here. Yeah, I used some Sharpie markers that were metallic for some of the extra details. I'm just trying to get this in right now. It does not want to fit this area. Come on, shoulder. Work with me. Work with me on camera. Come on. It really does not want to go. Come on now. That moment where I'm just going to have to take the shoulder bit apart and see whether it fits on. I'm trying to get this lined up, and it looks like it's lined up, but it is not going on. Why is that the case? Is that the wrong way around? I'm trying to figure this out now, because the shoulder's being a pain in the ass, and it shouldn't be. Wow. Way to go. Hey, Drift. So, the shoulder is being an absolute pain in the butt, even though it shouldn't be. It's not got a massive amount of paint on it. It should just lock into place. Come on now. I don't know why it's not doing that. Maybe it's because I'm putting it in the wrong area. Okay, there we go. There we go, it's in. Oh, that was almost embarrassing. I was trying to line it up, but it was lined up in the wrong place. Ah, there we go. So we got a shoulder. We got a shoulder working here with some nice detail. Whew, that was scary. So yeah, that with the brand marker will be on the other side. So this one should be. Oh, there we go. That's going to need to be the other shoulder now. And it just came out. No! That moment where you have it lined up and then it comes out. God damn it. Really finicky. I had this lined up before. Ah! There we go. Let's just leave it like that. Let's just swap it later. Wow. Just getting one of the shoulders set up was a pain in the ass. Did you paint the circle on the shoulder? Yeah. So, how that was done, again, is with some marker. I'm just going to make sure the audio is here, so it's not messed up, because we're almost at the end. There we go. I reset the audio. So yeah, the circles, or the Vulcans, on the shoulders are done as well. They are done using some metallic markers. I would have used metallic paint and painted it by hand, but a lot of this has got a few cheats here and there that I'll explain while I'm doing this. Just let me get this other shoulder in so it's not annoying me. Come on now. Trying to get this lined up is a pain when the armor on the interior is black so you can't see anything. Okay, there we go. So, come on. I'll show you guys the little details off now. So, yeah, I don't know whether you can see that, but that bit, that's the Vulcan painted, and then done with the Gunpla panel line marker for the inside. What I've done was the Sharpies that I use, the metallic Sharpies, they're absolutely fantastic for like tiny details like this, but they tend to rub off a little bit easily. So they're used as sort of a last moment thing. They've dried for quite a while now, so I don't think they're going to come off as easily, but a lot of the mistakes that I made when I went around this with metallic Sharpies are just touched up by using a black panel line marker. It's just so much easier to do that. I did the same on the thrusters. You'll see it in a bit. But yeah, there was a lot of effort put into those areas to make them look as good as they could be. And then the fists here, the fists are totally different. What I did was I painted these up in gunmetal and coated them the other day in gloss coat, because when I looked at them, I didn't think they looked good as just standard white, obviously. So it was one of those things of, what do I paint them in, black or whatever? And I was just like, I'll go with gunmetal. So they're shiny gunmetal at the moment. They look pretty cool. The other arm that's got the brown marker on that won't move because I dropped it, because of how solid the paint job is. So let's just put that in there. Make sure it's in place. Oh, that's looking nice already. And the knobs are camouflaged. Thank God. And then we just test fit the shot lancer here, which should be a very, very close fit. Oh my God, that looks good. So it can't rotate backwards that much, but as you can see, it fits very closely to the arm. I'm just not going to move that around now. The idea is to kind of pose it in a neat little pose and then just leave it there. So let's just try and point this down here. Just notice the brand marker slightly gets in the way there, but it's no big deal. I just pose it in a really cool pose and leave it that way. Right. Woo! Let's try and get the rest of this done here. I'm trying to make sure I do this decently without screwing it up. So there's the pelvis. And then we've got the torso being built up here. Oh, come on now. There we go. So we've got the front of the torso being put on. Looking good. You've already seen me go over bits of this before with gold paint. Got to try and make sure I keep this in shot. A lot of panicking right now and a lot of shaking because of the adrenaline. I'm just so excited. Seriously, there's that much effort gone into this. Let's try and not screw this up at the very last hurdle. Oh, that looks so good. That looks so damn good. Okay. Let's use the clip thing here. Oh no. No, no, no! I screwed it up. I screwed it up slightly. Good job, I can pull this apart just a little bit. Oh, I was just about to make one huge mistake there. Come on now. Gotta recover from this. So what's happened is, I did put the head on back to front, but thought I'd put it on the correct way before. Oh, I said I was having problems with that, so now I've got to undo the cross silhouette frame and try and get this right. You could see the peg leaning too far backwards, and I'm looking at it and just thinking, ah, no. So, where this peg is leaning too far back like this, we got to do it. We got to slow down a lot here. And we got to open this frame up again, which is going to be a pain in the ass, and I do not want to stab myself on camera. There's already going to be a lot of dangerous stuff going on with this, so let's just try and get the knife into the gap here. I don't have a part separator, so I've just got to do this with a knife and hope for the best. All this is going to be covered up anyway, thank God. So there we go. That should be enough room now, I think. Nope. Everybody does this at one point, you know. You think, oh, it's good. We can do this, no problems, and then you end up having to take apart half of the kit again or something, just because of just a tiny little detail that you might have messed up. So there we go. We got the torso split open again. Whew. Right. So we rotate that part and put that back in. Oh, there we go. Right. Now, front. Oh, no, 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 no. Wait. Before we even do that. Bottom of chest. Oh. Front. Trying to get this all done properly here. Back. Oh, it just goes together so nicely. And there the head is. Oh, thank God. Okay. So, you might not have seen that totally because of off camera, but it's a bit awkward to do on camera. But now we can see, we can unfold the backpack here, which I've also done tiny details on. There's the crossbone look. Now, as you can see on the back here, might not be able to get that properly in shot, but we've done tiny details using the bronze Gundam marker, because not the bronze one, the bronze metallic Sharpie, because it looks a lot better than the gold one when it's just applied. We did that on the vents and little parts of the tubing around the thrusters and stuff, just to give it that extra detail. I've done the same with the original X1 here, but at the base of the X1 as well, we've gone even crazier and put like bronze and then silver and then put everything else and then gold, and it looked okay, but I thought I'd just go minimal with the X2. Get the cape out of the way there. The cape is all cloth, so for those who don't like that, then unfortunately you're not gonna like the cloth for the X2. I even got the green fabric for it here, which I'll be messing around with in a little bit and trying to get the exact same effect. So next, legs. So let's try with the knee covers here. I'm just going to make sure I got this right. Yep, these are facing the right way. I do not want to bugger the legs up. Just trying to get that placed properly, positioning wise. Okay. Gotta calm down with this, seriously. I'm so excited. I am shaking like a leaf right now. Okay, there we go. Like, no joke, you're supposed to have steady hands, but there's that much adrenaline going through me because I'm so excited seeing what this is like. You know, I'm all over the place, and I don't know. Like I said, I think it's just because I'm so excited because I've done that much to this. Because originally the idea was to get this done within half an hour because of the audio cutting off and stuff. I thought I'll get it done before it does that. But I've had to reset the audio, so now there's not really any sort of time limit. So really I should slow down and relax. Oh, but I'm all over the place. Oh, come on. Trying to get the back cover on here is a little bit of a pain in the ass. So most of this, like I was saying, was a lot of masking with the original stickers and things. Especially for like the knees. For the purple bits on the knees, I had to spray the top purple and then the rest gold. And use the vent stickers for doing my gold that I do everywhere else. on the knee section there. It was a last minute call, and I actually like that. And we're almost there. We're almost there. Then I've got to do the cape. And the cape's going to be the most interesting part. So let's just try to slow down here. Like, honest to God, I am shaking so much right now. I've seen somebody else do this exact color scheme, you know, and try and do an X2, but they didn't do the head, and they didn't do the shot lancer, and they definitely didn't do the cape. So, I mean, I don't like saying I've one-upped anyone here, especially because I don't like sort of showing off that much, but I do think this is coming out pretty decent so far. And obviously I'm going to put pictures up on Discord later on. Are you going to post? Yeah, I'm going to post pictures of it XRAM on Discord so that you guys can see it up close. The nubs that I was freaking out about before are actually being covered up pretty nicely, and I've deliberately left the head till last. Okay, so that looks cool on its own. And then we'll put the head on it, and then we'll do the cape. Oh my god, using most of the original parts? I'm sorry, but that, I am really, really happy with that. Oh, and it's only gonna look better once it's got the cape. So happy. Like, I put a lot of effort into this X1 here, but the X2 has just so much more effort in. It is nuts. I'm gonna have to put them back to back. Now throw it at the wall, says John. No, John. No, that would be a bad idea. So yeah, now we're gonna do the cape. Now the cape is an odd bit because you have to get a silhouette. Right, oh, you have to get the design for it first. So what we're going to do is we're going to account for having to cut it out a lot and then play around with it. So, John, if you want to throw something at a wall, you know, you can throw your Master Grade Barbatos at a wall. I'm sure that would be a really good idea. So, oof. I almost doxed myself there. God damn it, John. Oh, I was only joking, by the way. So, there's the original manual. I made my Gundam Yeet. The only kit I would do that with is the Koto 9-ball kit that I've got from Armored Core. I still need to take a hammer to that on camera. So now we're going to do the good old cape, which is potentially dangerous. So, this is going to be fun. So we'll get the actual cloth bit done here first. And what I need to do is need to drape this over the crossbone and then draw around it with a Sharpie. I think I'll use a metallic Sharpie so I can see where the hell it is, because black probably ain't going to come up very well on green. Hang on. So, here's where it gets crazy. These are all the Sharpies that I used. These are spare ones, just in case, because I can't find the originals in my giant box of Gunpla markers over there. So we're going to open these now, and I'm going to use the silver one to do this cape. Yeah, man. The only problem is when you don't have any fingernails and you try and open the cardboard, then it tends to not come out well. So let's just use a knife here. Get started, and then we'll use the silver. So yeah, those are kind of like Gunpla markers, but they're not amazingly good. They work well. Now the thing is, I want this to look good, but I don't want to have the way that this is. Is that a green piece of cloth? It looks blue. Yeah, it might be the coloring on camera. This is like a very dark green. Trying to find something that matches. Like, for instance, everybody knows the sticker decals color sheet for Gundam, or you should do. It's like a sky blue. This is what it looks like on camera at the moment, so I think it might be the coloring on the camera is wrong. Like, let's try me in Halo as well. See how me in Halo looks. So, blue inhaler, it looks a little bit lighter blue than what it is in real life. So yeah. But yeah, here we go. So I gotta get this about the right size. Let's just drape this over the crossbone for the moment. Okay. So if I cut just a little bit of this out, let's try and find a good pair of scissors. Okay. So now I've got to go and cut this cloth out. I don't know how well this is going to cut, but I'm doing it off camera as well, just because of how much of a pain in the ass it is. Hopefully, this will come out decent. Ugh. So I reckon maybe a bit more. Now if this is like, I'm gonna rip part of this, it's a little bit quicker now. There we go. That moment where you wonder what's going on off screen and all you can hear is ripping. Like what? These scissors aren't particularly great, so I'm just kind of trying to be as rough as possible here. It's a good job I've got a very long piece of cloth to do this. This first version is going to be real rough. It's awkward, these scissors, that normally we have a decent pair around, but I can't find them. You can always go check them. I feel like I'm handicapping myself here, because we do have a really good pair of scissors, but these ones that we're using, they only catch in certain areas. Right, okay, so let's try and figure out where the middle point of this is. About up there, I reckon. We'll just cut a tiny hole there. Yeah, man. So that's going to be the bit for the head. So now, this is why nature gives us teeth, says John. So now we should be able to drop that over there. Okay, right, that's good. And then figure out how long this is by putting the head on it. It's just going to be a Gundam head poking out of green cloth at the moment. Okay, so now I can figure out how long this thing should be and where the extra holes should be for the thrusters and stuff. So, let's mark this up. I love the way he just looks like he's sat in some like bed covers or something. You know, he's under some sheets. He's having a rest. So about here is the hand. So I do there. Shot lance is about here. So if I do one roughly on the other side about there. And then for length, feet are about there. Cozy Gundam, says John. Yeah, it's about right. Now for the thrusters. I want about there. There. Gotta make sure this isn't just going through the cloth. I just thought then, it's like, oh no. No, it isn't, thank God. Oh, maybe a tiny bit's come through on the shot lancer. Yeah, it's just the shot lancer, it's fine. I will not mark that off on the rest of it. Oof. I was actually kind of lucky that didn't... No, it's marked it. Let's try and fix this real quick if I can. That moment when you slightly screw something up on camera. Oh boy. So what I've done is I've accidentally marked the shot lancer in one of the thrusters at the back. So I'm like deliberately just trying to scrub away at this Sharpie like crazy now. It didn't do this with the X1, which is really weird. It must be a thinner fabric, but oh yeah, I got silver on the black now. Not looking good. I'm glad it didn't come off anywhere else by the look of it. I might have got lucky with the hands and stuff, but yeah. Oh boy. Might be able to clear that up later on. It's not too bad. It could be worse. So I've got to pay a little bit more attention to what's going on with this now. The shot lance is broken as well. Wow. So look at that. The rod has come off it. That's going to need to be glued. So that's primarily, I think, from me positioning it. Oh, that moment where I'm like, oh, this is great, you know, I'm going to do this on camera. It'll be something that I've not done before, and I break the shot lancer's rod. Honestly, I thought that was super glued in there real tight. So, time for it to go back to the doctors. That's been curing for days as well. That should have worked. Well, John, you know, you said I should have thrown it at a wall. I'm pretty much feeling like that right now. So, I guess you got your way. Pretty much feeling defeated right now and very upset. because of how much effort went into this, and now it's just screwed up at the very last moment. So yeah, not happy about this in the slightest. And I've got to hold this here and hope the super glue catches. Ugh. Now I've got to position this and hope for the best, because it's taking off all the paint, which means another paint job again. Oh boy. And then another bit of coating. This is gone tits up. Okay, so that can be fixed, but it's going to be messed up again, so that's going to have to be left to dry for a couple of days. Fun stuff! So at least we can get the main kit done, and with no other problems. It only had one, which was on the rear thruster, which is a little mark just there that I think I can go over with, I don't want to say an airbrush, but I might have to. So this is going down really well at the moment. Let's move that out of the way and try and see if we can do this damn cloak. Here's where I set myself on fire on stream now, knowing my luck. Okay, that bit we can get rid of. And with the back as well, because this looks like the bit for the rear thrusters. If I put it to about there. God damn it. This can be as rough or as fine as you want it to be. It's going to get cut up loads at the end of the day, so what I don't want to have, so you can see it's come through the material there. What I'm half tempted to do is just take this section, because it's roughly about the same size, and just cut that out, and then just mark stuff on it without it being too crazy. Let's just cut that out there. See if we can do this. See if we can recover. Because honestly, I did this the same way on the original, and it did not go down this bad, so just my luck. Okay, so that's relatively fine. I need a cut. I need to cut up the front first, so let's do that, shall we? Just so about there, and what this is going to allow it to do is separate. It's going to be interesting seeing how fast this damn thing burns. Okay, so let's cut that just a little bit further. Thing is, we don't want it to go too far up. We do want it to separate, and then I've got to do the bits for the arms, specifically the hands. So that's going to be the. Let's just try and do a couple of holes in this up here. See if I can get one of the manipulators through that. I just realized that freaking music's gonna change, isn't it? Oh boy. Yeah, it has. I didn't even realize. So. There we go. See if we can fit the hand through there. Maybe use a marked piece of cloth as a template. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. There's a little bit of a hole there. It's a little bit further down, but it's not too bad. Like I said, this is real rough compared to my original one. There we go. Let's try and put that through there. About here. Most of this is going to get burned anyway later on. And the reason for burning it is because it seals up any of the edges and it also makes them look real tattered, which is what we want. So we got this, and then got that right now. It's not looking too good at the moment, but that's because we need to put a slit in the back as well. And then we need to do the extra work on it. I'm just so glad I managed to recover the bit of the thruster there. Oh my god, that was an absolute nightmare when I thought, oh wait a minute, has this gone through the cloth? Yes, it has. Oh no. Oh. Okay, so we got the front, we got the back. They now sit to the sides, or they should do. Let's just test fit this. Okay, so if we want this bit with the hand in goes a little bit closer than I imagined. That's why the rest of it I'm going to keep a little bit longer than the X1. So now, technically, I could just make it easier on myself and cut around the thruster pack rather than doing the individual holes, because the other one has individual holes for it. So let's just try that. This is a lot of trial and error, obviously, so yeah. Okay, so we got that sort of thing going on at the moment. That's not looking too bad to go around the thruster pack. Then obviously the hole for the hand should be over here. I'll put a couple more holes in this and then we'll just see how it works. The idea is to make it look as raggedy as possible. Oh, that moment where I'm still going crazy about this, so it's all over the place. Doesn't look too good right now. We'll sort that out in a moment. Size is about right. So what I can do here is just go around the edges a little bit. Don't want to put too many holes in this, you see. Just enough. What we're going to do is we're going to try and fray the edge just a little bit. Get rid of that other piece of material. Don't want to turn into Swiss cheese, says John. I kind of already have a little bit. Just checking the music here as well. The music has gone into like one of the Sonic playlists that I normally use, but it's weird. Anyway, these ups and downs are part of the experience. At the end of the day, you're learning and improving. Oh yeah, yeah. I'm learning not to use those Sharpies through cloth material on something that's black, you know, and also to make sure that the shot lancer is done a little bit better. I don't believe I'm gonna have to respray that. That was so good the other day. The whole point of me doing this was to get the shot lancer done and in hand so that everybody could see how cool it was, but oh well. Nothing ever comes out right for me. So there we go, we've put that at the back. So let's try and finish tattering this up. And then we get onto the crazy lethal bit. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. So what we do is we fray bits up just with the scissors at individual lengths, including the back. This may just go tits up on camera now, but we'll see. Like I say, it's a lot harder to do this on camera in front of a stream with everybody else than it is, you know, just doing it on my own. I did want to film a video for like this kind of thing ages ago, so. Okay, so as you can see here, I'm just slowly fraying this thing. The idea is just to get it so it looks a little bit like it's in tatters already. Don't want this thing being neat, because it's not. It's supposed to have stopped multiple beam shots at this point. So we just cut it up here and there. Doesn't look like it's being cut here, but it actually it is. The scissors are actually catching now. Now comes the fun bit. And by the fun bit, I mean I better not have anything that can either catch fire or explode near me, because we're going to mess with some fire. So, let's just check the audio. Okay. So the reason why we use fire for this bit is because it seals up everything and makes it look tons better. It actually makes it look like it's tattered, but the problem is it's lethal for obvious reasons, which is why I don't have anything on my wrists. We're going to move the X1 out of the way. And also, we got some water at the side of me. In fact, I'll put that on shot there. The whole idea is to light this and then control where the fire's going just a little bit, but the randomness will help seal it off. So, away we go. Let's just do tiny burns at a time here. Just one after the other. I'm going to go through a load of matches here. Probably set the fire alarm off. But the idea is to control the burns so that we're not going too crazy. And we're always sort of in control of this. Okay, not looking too bad so far. It's going to take a while. Normally I use a lighter, but can't find where the lighter is at the moment, so you'll notice I'm only using little bits here and there of the match, and then I'm blowing the damn thing out again just so that I have full control over how far this goes. that one did not want to catch there. So here we have Dead Space Dave, Horny Dave, and Arsonist Dave, says John. No, this is, like I said, it gives you the desired result. It's just incredibly dangerous. I used to do stuff like this in college, you know, like mess around with fire for projects, so. There we go, it's caught fire there. And then it gets put out. And you guys probably won't be able to see it up close, but you'll be able to see it better when I do the photos of it later on. But basically it's slowly sealing up the edges and making everything a little bit tatty. Ow. I just burnt myself there a little bit. I got part of the material on my hand. But the reason why... Oh god, my skin just came completely off there. The reason why I was doing that is because it was picking up a little bit too much and I didn't want the fire alarm going off. Ah. Yep, okay, so there's exposed skin on my finger. Fun. That's what happens when you have a... not just when you're messing around with fire, but when you have a condition that means your skin comes off really easy. I have a blister there already now. Wow. That's going to be a good one. So everything that could go wrong is going wrong at the moment. Okay. Well, the fire alarm's not gone off yet. And I've gone through like 6 matches. Come on now. Trying to get it to catch just a little bit. Oh, let's blow that one out. Hope you guys are enjoying this. This is pretty crazy, but as you can see, the difference here is now this bit looks weathered compared to that bit. We're slowly getting there. I'm just really upset about that blister and part of my skin just peeling right off. Can't you also run a bit of sandpaper over it? I mean, I don't know whether that would give me the same texture here, John. Why am I going to dip that in there then? That's great. Yeah. Oh, there you go. That folded up on itself, that's pretty neat. Okay, this technique is a little bit better when I'm doing it like this. Oh, come on now. The only problem is when the match gets a little bit too far up and then gets a little bit out of control. Let's try from the center here so I can get these hole bits sealed up. Oh, there we go. The material pulled itself in there around the collar. That's going to be looking pretty nice. I'm going to have gone through a ton of matches here. I'm going to buy another one. Okay. Looking good so far. Trying to do a bit of the other side here. The way the back is, the back might even actually fall apart there, but it doesn't really matter. You can see at least, wouldn't a lighter work better? Yeah, but I can't find one at the moment. See if I can find one. You can see though the difference. That looks like a cape. This bit just looks like flat material. Oh, I found one. So the only problem with the lighter here, especially the Zippo lighter, is primarily I don't have too much control over this again. And The problem is that it leans towards my thumb, so it burns my thumb off. So the matches are a little bit better because I have more control that way. The cool part about this as well is because it's so random. You smoke, says John. No, I'm asthmatic. We just keep one because we use a lot of like incense and stuff. So it's good for that. Yeah, because this makes it seal up and makes it also random. It means that you won't really get this effect from anything else. Trying to burn the edges as much as possible here, because then that raises the bits that were frayed previously. So yeah, as you can see, we're slowly getting that look that I was after before. Trying to get some of the frayed edges to raise up just a little bit more to give it that little bit of texture and shape to it, because I frayed a ton of this around this side. Rub some charcoal on it. Oh, there we go, it caught fire a little bit. Yeah, the idea is to go in here and just burn as much as possible and then stub it out later on. And see what effect we've got from it once it's all stubbed out. Because the edges are covered in burnt material that we don't want. I had to blow that one out there because that was catching fire a little bit. We're almost done though, which is good, real good. Just need to do this section here. There's a reason why I don't make cloths too often, it's because of all this stuff. Right now I think, because this is frayed too much around here compared to that one, I'm just going to burn this side just a little bit more. Let's see what music we're up to here. Oh wow, what even is this music? Aquarium Park from Sonic Colors. Okay. Your table is a champ, says Exram. Yeah, it's solid plastic, so it's alright. It's taking it pretty good right now. Couple of burn marks, but not too bad. Let's just try and light it from underneath, see if we can get more of that randomness going here. Ah, there we go. There we go. There's a lot more randomness. The material goes all goopy at the end. What I want to try and do is get around this section, and then we're done. So we're almost done here. The best part about this is, by only lighting it here and there, you're in quite a lot of control over how far it goes. You notice then this section lit up on its own and then just kind of blew out. So yeah, I think let's just go around and try and get some of this waste material off here and just sort of tap it a little bit. It's sealed a lot of these edges up, and all the waste material can come off. It'll fall off eventually anyway. But yeah, that's how I made the X1's cape as well, which was just sort of going at it with a lighter ages ago, but the lighter that I had was just a little bit better. And now it looks all tatty. You can see the burn marks a little bit on the desk here, but I'm more annoyed at my finger. It's got a blister on it, and half the skin is gone on it already. But now, after the mishap of the paint job buggering up, which, I mean, it's supposed to, its Sharpie's meant to stay on for as long as possible, but I might be able to shift that a little bit later. If we now throw this on the X2, we get this cool looking cape thing going on, and then if I just position it right, because this is what I wanted to do before. It's a little bit rough now. I think I might need to cut up the side just a little bit to give more room for the shoulder. Let's see. Compared to the X1's cloth, it's a little bit weird. I might have screwed it up just a little bit, but the idea here is pretty solid. We just kind of pose him, and he's got this pretty cool looking cape now. Might need to mess around with it a little bit more off screen, but yeah, that's the basics of it. And then of course we've got the broken shot lancer over here, which I'm really upset about. So yeah, it's looking pretty cool. So I guess I'll go take images of this. I might even just mess around with this section, try and open it up a little bit more, because I think that's what's wrong with it. I need to rip it and open it up just a tiny bit more. Hang on. Actually, I think I'll do that now. The thing is, the back is holding on by like a thread, so let's try and cut up just to there, and then we'll burn it again and see what happens. The things I do for these Gundam kits. Okay. I just saw you set up iron. It's pretty cool. There we go, it was starting to catch fire a little bit more there, so I thought, you know what, I'll just dab it out. So we got this bit that's hanging off here. It's looking a bit weird, but if we stub it out and then put it on the kit, hopefully it won't look too bad. The idea is I just want to get a little bit more over the shoulder. So there we go, that's looking a little bit better. So yeah, there we go. That's looking a tiny bit better now, primarily because you can see an exposed bit of the torso underneath. Oh. And because it's green, you can see the burn marks, making it look as though it's been through multiple bits of combat, and now we can pose this a little bit better. The thing is, because it's cloth, you'll never get a definitive pose. There is always some randomness to it. But we can just move it around here and there and make him look a little bit cooler or in different poses. You know, just mess around with it. From behind, not too good, but that's because of the mess up before. I didn't want to put as much effort into this as the other one, primarily because of what happened, but we can always just shift it round to the side. So then we get a little bit more on the front and a little bit more on the back. So yeah, it's pretty cool. But that's the basics of making a anti-beam cloth for a crossbone. I'm happy with that. I'm going to put shots of it up now. Take a load of photos of it. I hope you guys have enjoyed me panicking and going crazy and messing things up on stream, you know, because that's totally what I planned for. But yeah, I'll try and get rid of that mark on the rear thruster, and we'll get shots of it. So, I hope you've all enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye!